technology is RFID and NFC, which is near field communication. So the RFID side is what has my student ID, and that's what a lot of the security systems where you put a key card up to a door and it unlocks it. The NFC is something that's in almost all phones now, where if your phone can do Google Pay, Apple Pay, any of that, it has NFC. And what that means is if you put your phone up to my hand, it adds my contact to your phone. And there's other things I'm able to have it do, and I can reprogram it with my phone instantly. I can't feel them. I would never know. But if I can feel that there's an implant in there, and you can see it right there, kind of, pushing against the skin. The overall reaction from my peers has been pretty positive. I've had some relatives who were more confused as to why I would do it. And I have one uncle who is very, suspicious of everything, and I can't wait to see him this Thanksgiving because he's going to have a lot to say. I used isopropyl alcohol to clean off everything beforehand. I used the wipes in the area where it would be going in, and then essentially I just laid my hand down and used one, just got it in there. I was a little nervous, but before being computer science, I was planning to go into pre-med, so I already had a lot of experience with using medical equipment like this. I don't have a ton of experience because I was still in high school, but I had enough to where I was confident in not killing myself with it. It is a great conversation starter. I've been in classes with all right, everyone, what's your name and a fun fact about you? Usually it's hard to top something like this.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Kadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well, and salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yawasop coming at you with none less the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. This lesson is going to be your weekly update on the Mark of the Beast. What you just seen is a video of some student at USC who basically has the Mark of the Beast embedded in his hand. So now this thing is definitely landed in the United States. It says a computer science major at the University of South Carolina keeps his student ID, his telephone contacts, and all his encrypted passwords underneath the skin between his finger and thumb. Now, the fact that this has reached, a university, it goes to show that things are getting ready to pick up pace here, man. It won't be long before, when you try to go to some of these colleges for security purposes or password purposes or whatever, you name it, they're going to require you to have an RFID microchip implant to get in and out of classes, especially when you got all these school shootings going on. They want to be able to pass your background check, and what more secure way than to make sure that you have this thing embedded in your hand, which has all your information, all your records, your passwords, and things you've done and things you haven't done, and all that stuff is recorded on that RFID microchip implant. And this technology is found within the scriptures. It was prophesied about over 2,000 years ago. In the scriptures, it's referenced as the mark of the beast. Okay, so we're gonna dive right into it, man, and just share some scriptures about it, because this is pure biblical prophecy. And also we'll give you some more insight as far as visual things to back up what we're speaking about. But this is Revelation 13, and we'll start at verse 15. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, so to get an understanding of what this is talking about, we're going to go into the first verse that we read and break it down. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, that word mark, we're going to break that down within the scriptures to see what that's talking about. Okay. Mark, when you look at the Blue Letter Dictionary on, using the Bible Dictionary app, you go into it here. It comes from the Greek word charagma. So you have to break down that word charagma to get the meaning and understanding of the word mark. Here's charagma here from the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament, Volume 9. It says charagma. In the Greek world, charagma is an engraved, etched, branded, or inscribed mark or sign. Closest to the original sense is the earliest example, and where charagma denotes the bite of a snake. Okay, it also means impressed, imprinted, stamped. You can even go into incision. Okay, now why is it talking about the bite of a snake? Because I believe that the spirit, the prophet, have a vision of the future, and they didn't have needles back then, so he used what they did have back then to compare it to what he was seeing. And when you look at a snake's tooth, it's almost identical to a hypodermic needle. You see the anatomy of it? Because this thing is venomous to your salvation. Not only is it venomous to your salvation, but to your physical health is venomous, because you got radio frequencies coming in and out of your body. And then on top of that, the capsule itself has all types of shit inside of it. I've even seen reports that inside that capsule has cyanide in it. So of course it's poisonous. It's literally like a bite of a snake, man. You have the snake, that great serpent, which is referred to in the scriptures, which is the devil, is the modern day Edomites, the biblical Edomites. That is the devil. So you're accepting the bite of him, and his bite is that hypodermic needle with the RFID microchip implant. The bite of a snake, man. These are snakes that are trying to put these devices in your hands. This is what they look like up close. Okay, this is the mark of the beast, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, it is here in America. Now we're seeing it in universities. First, we've seen it at 3 Square Market, and we're going to bring the video of when that took place. But this is with an x-ray of it inside, their hand. And the dude already showed it to you, protruding through his skin when he was playing with it. You see the size in comparison to the hand there. Okay. It says 3 Square Market. This company embeds microchips in its employees, and they love it. Last August, 50 employees at 3 Square Market got RFID chips in their hands. Now 80 have them. This was dated August 17, 2018. This is in the United States. How do microchips work? Microchips are encased in a shell lightly larger than a grain of rice. The chip is inserted just under a person's skin, often in their hand. The chip allows the person to pay for items, access their building, and their computers. And this much more. That's just scratching the surface of this capability this thing is going to work with. Okay? Now going back into the scriptures, it says mark in their right hand. So in, meaning inside. And as we see, this is something that is inserted into the right hand or the left hand and the forehead too. Oh, forgot about that. Let's get that here. Here's a picture of it in the head. Okay. They plan on using these things, and when they use them, with the brain, it's going to be allowing people to walk again, all types of crazy stuff. And they actually have technology of this headset that allows somebody to search the internet and order food and make purchases with not even opening his mouth or pressing a button, just using his brain to have a thought of ordering a pizza, and then the headset picks up the information, decodes the frequencies, the brain waves, and actually the dude was talking through the internet to order his food. So when you have these things placed in your head, the capabilities is endless. I mean, you're talking people instantly learning a foreign language and being able to communicate with anybody that has that chip in their head. It's pretty insane, man. Verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now I'm going to play another quick video here. Okay, because it says buy or sell. Now when this made the news of Good Morning America, And check this out.
To implant tiny microchips into its employees. Not just the chips could allow people to unlock office doors, make purchases. Rebecca, come on here.
Okay, did you hear that? Make purchases, right? That's a big point right there. And that no man might buy or sell. It's a big deal. If you don't have this, the government can come down and say, hey, look, this is the new form of making payment. There's nowhere is cash going to be allowed. Nowhere is debit or credit card going to be allowed. This is the most secure form of payment. In order for you to buy or sell, you need to use this RFID microchip implant. And that's something that they will do. It says that no man might buy or sell, save he to have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name. So the scripture is telling you nobody's going to be able to buy or sell unless they have this chip. Okay? And which you can clearly see this thing is being used to buy or sell. And it's going to take off very rapidly, especially when the dollar collapses. They'll replace it with this chip. All right? Now let's go back into the photo gallery here. Okay? The barcode, the number 666, also coincides with it. Barcodes are used to label something to make a purchase. Now, when you go into the scriptures here, it says, here's wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666, which represents 666. Okay, you see how that coincides with the barcode on the screen? 2 hashtags on the left, 2 in the center, 2 on the right. 6. All right, this is how all the barcodes work. Now, it's not just talking about barcodes, but politically and the way that this world is ran is by demonic, Masonic, Illuminati people, man. And people that control those people. They operate off of demonic energy. And they love to go off of the symbol of 6. You know how many times the Lord was denied? 3 times. 3 and 6. They love those numbers, man. And you see all the puppets telling you who they pledge allegiance to. We're talking about your world leaders, your politicians, all of your celebrities. They're all throwing out this symbol because they all belong to the elites. Okay, that's the number of that man. 666, 666. Now what we can do is read to you the judgment if you choose to take it. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? So, you'll be tormented with fire and brimstone, what the scripture says, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which the Lamb is Yahushai, what Igley calls Jesus Christ. You're going to be tortured with fire, all right? And he can make that flame, that burning, he can make it feel like it's an eternity. Is it really worth it? Because you bow down to another man, accepting him as your God, so he can control your every thought, your move, and all of that? Because that's what you're doing when you accept that chip. You're allowing another man to completely have God-like authority over you, to know your thoughts, be able to physically control your actions when they program in that chip. All types of crazy things, man. The smoke of your torment will be sent up forever and ever. You have no rest day nor night. So don't get that chip. Okay? Don't take the chip. The mark of the beast is here. It's very real. There's articles after articles after articles from medical companies to, just regular technology companies. All sorts of news and media is covering this thing. You got it showcased in movies. Such as this one right here.
Via satellite anywhere in the world. Blaine had one of these in the back of his neck. We removed it in Paris.
Same time, we put our own
Okay. There you go. That's from Mission Impossible. This thing has been here, man. And now it's just being made mandatory. And Trump said during his administration that he wanted to implement this. So if he runs for election again and he's made president, that's very possible that during his term, on his watch, this thing could be made mandatory. And Lord will it is, because that means the prophecies are rolling out to where the Lord's coming back. All these things have to happen before the Lord can return. So let's bring it on. Roll it on out. Let's get this shit done and over with, More than 4,000 Swedes have had $180 microchips embedded into their thumbs. Pretty soon there's going to be billions and millions of people with this. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that taught me the truth and rule well. And salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.